Ready. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Corner Booth pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause it's all. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see as well. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Right, cool. Thank you. Shit. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show lined up for you today. First of all the T's and P's to our boy JD. He's feeling a little under the weather. Also, shout to our intern Jake and our rookie my sidekick Samir. They're both swamped with finals, so we're giving them a much needed night off. Instead, dude, look at this loaded cast we got today. We've got my boy from High Low Sports, the kings of color cast, my man Kelsey, and of course, returning for like the 5,000th time because we love him that much, my favorite pastor, Ryan McCarthy. Oh, it's a chaplain, right? It's a chaplain. That's what
chaplain, yeah.
Chaplain, my favorite chaplain, Mr. Ryan McCarthy. And of course, you have Lord Belly Up Kev and our resident house cat,
Lord
Pat Donahue.
Hey, last time I ever called anybody Lord, they were crucified, okay?
Oh, it's okay. No, I'm already plotting his rebellion, so.
Oh, it's a proclamation.
My friend for Christmas bought me a 5 square foot piece of land in Scotland, so I get to be called Lord.
So my question is, does that title pass down any kids you have? Because my dad has one of those, and when he passes,
Pat's trying to off his dad and build something on that 5 foot piece of land.
Here's my question: how many people have to die before you can take the seat? Like before you take the throne? Like how many people have to die?
Like for all of Scotland?
Are there dragons involved?
Is there a giant sword seat?
I already said I'm going to move to Scotland and work and become the leader of their independence movement. And my friend's like, "You're gonna overthrow this person?" And I'm like, well, I have no idea who that is. So their marketing's terrible. So I think I'd do a better job of that.
I think it's the separation of a continent that really makes you disconnected from Scotland's independence issues.
Look, all I'm saying, America is 1 for 1 in getting their independence from the UK. So I don't know what's so hard about it for Scotland.
Just start dumping
Ireland's like 1 for 20. Why can't Scotland do it?
Well, when your heart's clogged with fried food and you're all jacked up from diabetes with iron brew, it's a little hard to declare your independence.
I mean, yeah, that plus all the pigs insert stomach or whatever fatty
haggis
is on the plate.
Haggis.
Yeah.
Hot
I actually want to try
Iron
that.
Brew. Iron Brew is fucking the weirdest thing I've ever drank.
Same. It's strange.
It's orange, but it tastes like bubble gum, and I can't connect those two in my brain.
It's the deadliest thing you can drink. Let's just be honest about it.
No, Steel Reserve is the deadliest thing you can drink.
Okay, all right. Like outside of actual turpentine.
White Claw. White Claw.
What? What a hot
White
take.
Claw
Kevin's the
surge.
king of Claw. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ugh.
I watched this kid kill an entire claw packet.
Ryan, you're like the marketing person for the Clawbertarian Party. You can't say this stuff on a
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. White Claw is delicious, and I wholeheartedly endorse it for all your pregame and postgame parties.
Well,
Good
I
save.
mean,
It's
Kevin
clobbering time.
Kevin might be
Yes.
the vice leader because I watched that
No,
kid
I'm
drop
the
an
leader.
entire
I'm starting this political party.
Yeah, Kev, I one time watched you drop an entire 12-pack. Well, to be fair, in his defense, I also
To be
slammed the
fair.
12-pack and Miller in the same amount of time. So it wasn't like it was a pretty similar race. But this was, I think, vacation 3 years ago. We were clamming. My man Kev was plowing through White Claws like a champ.
I'm sorry, you guys were what?
When you go fishing for clams in the bay.
Is that like a euphemism or?
No.
Yeah, it's when you go to a bar specifically to pick up women.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
It's a northeastern thing. This is why I don't understand.
It's like a beach community thing because my grandparents have had a house on Martha's Vineyard.
No. It's not a beach community thing. Because as a person from a beach area, the whole South is a beach area, beachfront property. I've never heard of clamming.
It's a northern thing, I guess. I don't know. Like, do you guys down south have like a lot of clams to eat for food and shit, or
no?
What a New England thing.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a New England thing then.
Yeah,
I've heard of like clamming, but I thought it was more like commercial. Like it's not something you can just like
you can
go
do
out
it
and
commercially, but like you go out there with these like pronged rakes and basically just go through and just like pick up clams, and if they're a certain size, throw them in. My sister makes the best linguine with white clam sauce on the damn planet. So yeah, we've been doing that for like 6-7 years. It's become, and the year my cousin, my brolo, Kev, and some of my sister's friends were all out there. Like 12 of us went out there with a giant cooler full of beer and White Claws, demolished the cooler, and came back with like 200 clams. And ever since it's been like a tradition, like that's clamming day. We go out, we get trashed, and we get clams. I think Kev, didn't we go with the liquor store at like 10 a.m. this year to make sure we had enough beer?
Yep, we did. And I didn't even drink that much because I promised your sister that I would not pass out in the food she made from the clamming.
I drank that much because you, and shout out to our boy, Mr. Maserati, and my cousin. No, my cousin wasn't there yet. The three of us probably slammed because we were watching Ohio State, Oregon afterward. I remember that because I was like inebriated. I was drunk as hell by the fourth quarter.
Look, I wasn't face down in my food, and you didn't drill my head off a pole this year, so I kept my promise.
Listen, it's not my fault.
Also, drill my head off a pole sounds like another euphemism. So
yeah,
I just want to point that out. Not what I mean. There's a pole right at the bottom of the stairs in the house, which I feel like is a very bad place for a pole.
No,
we're getting slammed into a pole. Yeah,
head first. Just
I mean, you think of it this way: somebody breaks in, you get
pole.
Easy weapon.
Well, okay, so Maggie actually's got a point though. Like crawfish is like my favorite thing on the planet. I actually have some, like every year my friends have it shipped up here. So I made my first crawfish, I made my first crawfish boil this year, and it came out fucking incredible, and I was so proud of myself. Crabbing is painful, to say the least.
I think it's itchy too.
Yeah, you should go get that checked out.
Jesus, 14? Wait, how many?
Use a special shampoo for that.
We made like so many euphemisms today already. It's great. We're on a good start.
This is what happens when you're raised without a mom.
Oh, and we're on
raised with a mom.
And there it is.
And the first one's on the board.
Kevin's been on top of the mom jokes in the last like 2 or 3 days.
I know.
So than usual.
No, like what was it last week? He had 3 or 4 before he made it to the half-hour mark. I was impressed. And we already got Saban needing his chew toys. Ghost is hiding somewhere in this room. I don't know where.
Did you just say Saban needing his chew toys?
Yeah, he has Coach Nick Saban. Actually,
yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna have to go.
AKA the LSU football program.
Don't shame him.
War Eagle to Saban. Sorry.
It might be an Auburn chew toys grabbing on too.
Well, I mean,
to be fair, Auburn does enough of that themselves. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, Kelsey, where are you from?
From all over, but yeah, I went to school at Auburn.
Okay.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. We talked about it before.
Kev, even worse, he's a Cowboys fan too.
I don't really give a shit about the Cowboys.
Cowgirls fan. Let's get it right. Cowgirls fan. Because they're not good enough to be called the Cowboys yet.
Hey, I'm actually happy. I'm proud of your Cowgirls this year, though. I got to hand it to them. So far, I mean, not that it's really hard to lead the NFC East, but
yeah, I mean, look, you're eventually gonna, the blind squirrel gets his nut twice a year, something like that,
or once every 4 weeks, once every 4 years, the way our division goes, right?
Broken clocks right twice a day.
There it is.
Take your pick.
I mean, the way it's been going though, it's gonna be your team and my team alternating every year, and then a random Washington appearance every 4 or 5 years. That's generally how it goes.
As long as Washington doesn't lose players to the mess that is FedEx Field anymore.
And or the Giants actually find a way to actually acquire Russell Wilson. That actually puts us into our lead in today. The first topic I want to go over is all the Russell Wilson, the whole thing about the trade and everything else that come out yesterday. They were talking about he'd waive his no trade clause for I heard the Broncos, Saints, and Giants.
Wow.
Okay, so the whole thing with this is, to me, is Aaron Rodgers is the elephant in the room. I think, honestly, right now, if you're a team trying to win next year, Aaron Rodgers is still a better option than Russell Wilson. That's my opinion, honestly, and I also feel like the Packers would probably, they know this is their last year with Aaron. They'd probably not try to jack the price up since this is their first time. Also, apparently Seattle lost out on a trade with, what was it, Chicago during the offseason because they tried to jack the price up too high. Also, I don't, is it this season? Am I just
Also,
losing
Russell
trust?
Wilson said no. He said none of that's true.
Oh, well, he said
I mean, of
that's
course
true
he
last
would.
year. I don't fucking
And
believe him.
what team is he on?
The last place Seattle Seahawks. By the way,
The
call it.
Titanic that is the
He just got
Seahawks.
trolled by a mayonnaise company today.
Yeah, right. Listen, like I'm not gonna toot my own horn here because generally when I'm right, it's a really scary thing. I did say the Seahawks were gonna finish in last place in that division this year. Because injury or not, you can only cover up so much with the giant roll of duct tape that is Russell Wilson. So I mean, I think Rodgers are both gone. I don't even know if Derek Carr is gonna stay in Las Vegas. Even though now that Gruden's gone, Gruden's been trying to get rid of him for years. Now that Cocaine Chucky's too busy trying to sue the NFL, I think Carr might have his chance to stay. This offseason is gonna be fucking crazy. We don't even know what the fuck happened with Baker either. Is it like I think the Browns need to move on, honestly, because that offense.
Baker needs to stay another year.
Yeah,
I know he needs to stay another year, but
the Browns need him to stay another year.
Look, Browns fans forget without
prove
Baker, you're still looking at locked Bud Light cabinets. Like, let's not forget about this. Like, without Baker, you have no beer in the city of Cleveland.
Also, what options do they have that are better than Baker?
This is where I wish JD was here and wasn't like basically dying of a strep throat right now. Or whatever the heck he's got.
He just didn't want to deal with me after Alabama.
Well, Kev, I don't have to deal. I don't want to deal with you either. But I'm best friends with you. So it's kind of like I'm stuck here anyway. So
fair, but I mean, they're probably not going to trade for a Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. Well, Aaron Rodgers actually his contract's null and void. What are they going to do? Get Big Ben after his last season with the Steelers?
No, Big Ben's retired. I can guarantee that dude's shoulder's shot.
He said it's his last year playing for the Steelers. I read that as for the Steelers.
You read that as solid content. Also, that's
who's going to play for the Maulers of the USFL?
I want him to go to the CFL, honestly.
Who's going to quarterback the Steelers next year? Old
Mason
Gethead
Rudolph, Dwayne Haskins.
Dewey Haskins. Okay, I just love it.
But even
Geno
going to
Smith.
the draft,
what?
Even going to the draft, there are no good options for a replacement.
I
Matt
think
Corral will be gone by the time they're picking.
JD's confirmed. JD's here.
Kenny Pickett might be there. I wouldn't hate that move, but I think that's their only option, and he also might be gone. This is a very weak quarterback.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this in April, obviously, when we do our draft special. Like, because I know you'll come back to that. Obviously, me and you have to defend our title as reigning. We're right about everything, champs. Because I think me and you were on fire this year. My biggest thing is though is where does the quarterbacks go? Is Malik Willis going to be? Is he top 5 still? Is somebody going to take the flyer on him? Because what I've seen from this year, it's like, okay, good. He's good against subpar competition. He goes against a bigger tool and gets his ass kicked. Desmond Ridder, his stock's rising to me. Matt Corral, I think, is the best quarterback in the class. Kenny Pickett is the fake slide. I want him to get popped in the head so bad, but
the best move in the game.
What?
It's the best move in the game. Best move we've seen.
Yeah, I know.
The best
but
move we've seen since
like,
before, the 1 second play.
Yeah.
The NCAA, that play was fucking bullshit.
I just think, can we all admit that this quarterback class is kind of just a wash, though? Like, there's not like franchise quarterbacks in.
I mean,
class.
also the last time we said that we actually ended up getting, I think it was a couple years ago, we had actually a franchise quarterback come out of it. I don't know. It's not. I don't think this is gonna. I think it's gonna be better.
What class?
Oh shit! I'm trying to remember right now.
Who was the quarterback?
Oh my god, it's killing me right now. Because I thought about this morning because I heard somebody on Good Morning Football talk about this, or it might have been yesterday. I was listening to their podcast because they do a podcast that releases afterward. They were talking about the quarterback class, and I don't know. It's like I feel like one of these guys might hit in the right situation. It's gonna be Corral or Ritter, in my opinion. Maybe Pickett as a game manager, but that's about it. I don't believe in Malik Willis at all. I think he's gonna be a career backup, like a Josh Johnson. That's it. Like, I just don't think he's gonna really hit. I like Ritter because Ritter's instincts are good and he checks every box. But Corral has the best, I guess, pure quarterback talent, and Kenny Pickett's a gamer. So
this is one they gotta sit. Like everybody, honestly, they all need to sit 2-3 years. This is like an old school quarterback class. That's what this is. This is a pre-2015 quarterback class where they need to all sit and just like relax and let them hang out. There's not going to be a single one that should start, but the ones that can are Matt Corral, and then you probably have Sam Hartman might make a start because somebody needs him, and then they're going to be their ceiling is so low, but they're already starting so close to a game manager. It's like they'll just throw them out there to the Wolves for a couple years. But
I think part of the issue though is Arizona kind of ruined that whole pre-2015 thing where you could draft a guy and have him sit. They said, nope, accelerated timeline for every quarterback. And every team in the league, for some fucking reason, went, you know what? That's the right thing to do. If we draft a rookie, we want them to start in year one.
Yeah.
And succeed.
These microwave QBs drive me nuts, though, because I get the whole point is you want to win now. You want to get them on the field as fast as possible. But I look at guys like Rodgers and Mahomes who actually got time to sit. And it kind of makes me think, like, all right, so would Wentz have been better in Philadelphia if he got to sit like 5 or 6 games behind Sam Bradford? Yeah.
No.
Bradford has
not behind Bradford.
What?
Not behind Bradford, but behind
also Bradford was weird because Bradford was like Joe Flacco when Lamar Jackson got drafted and refused to be a mentor to Carson, as Flacco refused to be a mentor to Lamar. But what cracks me about the whole situation is if you get a solid veteran in front of him, like I thought the Jets should have done with Zach Wilson instead of letting Flacco walk down to Philadelphia, only to have to give him back and
then sing him a 6th-round pick.
Give him a 6th-round pick to get him back. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I think Joe Douglas owed Howie Roseman some gambling debts or something for that trade. I swear. That's the only way to explain that.
Can I interject real quick? Not about this. This is obviously just a horrible take, and JD's a fucking idiot who probably thinks CJ Stroud should win the Heisman.
Off his fucking cough meds. Let him enjoy
quick
himself.
thing, Jake, if you're watching, tweet out the YouTube link to this video.
It's actually fucking intense.
Subtle plug.
Yeah.
Subtle plug.
It's not even a plug. It's just
Jake's responsibility.
his job.
I love my intern dearly. He's good at his job when he's on, but he's like me. He's forgetful, and that's okay.
Look, it's their finals week, man.
Like, yeah, I know. But
next week is going to be me when I'm not here. And
him and Samir, Samir texted me freaking out about his phone. I'm like, dude, you're good. You're not an intern anymore. If you got to miss some shit, you good. But it's so funny how we're not even done with the season yet, and they already have quarterback trades. It must have been a slow news day the other day, I swear. Like, it's also weird for me because I was talking to the boys the other day, on the show on Tuesday. Check it out, Spotify, Apple Podcast, whatever it was. I said, it's the first time since last January where I don't have a Hurricanes game or an Eagles game to watch. I am so stress-free right now when it comes to football. This is the first time I've ever had a week where I'm like, I don't give a fuck about anything right now. This is great. I'm just going to, low key.
I'm creeped out right now.
Yeah, I can't.
Slightly uncomfortable.
I'm be right back. I'm getting my skin back. I just crawled out of it.
I'm gonna go get a safety blanket real fast, guys.
I'm gonna fuck that.
It's because I wore a hat. I'll just not wear a hat anymore.
He's about to comment something weirder, by the way, Pat. Because you said it's because I'm wearing a hat. He's now gonna say like, "Oh no, you look better without the hat, baby," or something weird like that.
Oh yeah, I need to fill in. Hang on.
Yeah, I know McCarthy's got a pair of. Oh, there he is.
Oh
right.
man.
By the way, you have the best of all of our hats. By the way,
I'm a company man. What can I say?
The Belly Up OGs all have one of those hats. I love your color the best.
That's why I got it. Kelly Green, my friend. It's best.
That's shit.
Can I say I am really salty? I missed out on the Belly Up hat phase. Like,
yeah, it was this weird like, thanks for being a belly up. Here's pay $30, get a hat. I was like, okay.
Told you something weird.
So, Pat, I also want to ask you, Belichick was rocking a Navy mask last week. How do you feel about that?
look, man, his expertise is the NFL. No more in college football does he. Like, there's no reason for him to comment on how he grew up. He grew up around Navy. I get that, but he should not be commenting on Army Navy games.
Fair enough. All right, Kev, also, by the way, that was the first time I ever watched a Manning cast. And thank God it was against your Patriots, because for once I was like watching you guys have a great 1-2 punch at running back. Like, I love both of them dearly.
Oh, it's electric.
Oh no, it's electric, but they're both bruisers. It's so much fun. It's like the Browns, where it's like both guys will either outrun you or run you over.
It's all about a stable.
Exactly. I mean, like, listen, now if Philadelphia keep both their running backs, Howard and Sanders, healthy for more than a week at a time, we're good.
I love the Stevenson pick. He's a little faster, a little more shifty than as advertised, and he is doing phenomenally in this offense.
Fair.
So can I just, through actually like an unofficial source, Stevenson would have a bigger role in this offense if he could just block. But the issue is he's so small that like he's not going to be able to lay out blocks. So it spells out.
He looks huge on tape.
Yeah. He looks like old Ridley. Oh God, I can't remember the running back.
Stephen Ridley.
Thank you, Stephen Ridley. That's what he looks like running for.
Who is his counterpart, Kevin?
Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. For a bit, Sammy Morris was more so known as his counterpart for a bit. He was the receiving back in that offense. And then he went to the Giants and did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Dude, you just threw a name out there that I've forgotten about. Sammy Morris is like...
Can we also talk about how, like...
No, Shane Vereen, not Sammy Morris.
Okay, I was like...
Shane Vereen. I was like, Shane Vereen
went to the Giants and did nothing. Yeah. Sammy Morris was back in the 03-04 Super Bowl.
I just remember he had the best nickname, like Slamming Sammy Morris. That was great. I don't even know that was after Sosa, but it still hit. My favorite part is how Nate Soldier, Shane Vereen, I think there was one other guy, Patriots who go to the Giants and don't do jack shit. My favorite category in the world.
The Giants should just stop signing former Patriots. Also, everyone should just stop signing former Patriots players to big money. It never works out.
The Eagles got away with one or two, but like not for like they weren't like great players, but they were solid players.
But was it for big money?
No, mid-level money.
I mean, Danny Amendola. That's
Chris Young.
Danny Amendola, though, after he left New England, he was fine, but he wasn't great.
Yeah. Oh, look. Yeah, he's never going to be great. He's literally a glass cannon.
They signed these guys and expect them to be great, and it like the same production level, and it rarely works out. Also, Chandler Jones was traded, so I'm wrong on that. He was traded for Jonathan Cooper and a second-round pick. But Trey Flowers is the only example I can think of.
Jonathan Cooper ended up on our practice squad before he retired, which
we cut him at like 2 weeks after we traded for him.
He played
Trey Flowers.
Has
been one of the few bright spots in the Detroit Lions organization for the last couple of years. He was signed to reasonably big money after 1 or 2 good years with the Patriots.
So my biggest thing is like I mentioned with like Philadelphia's gotten a little luck signing former Patriots, Chris Young, and LeGarrette Blount, obviously, but and Asante Samuel. Going a little throwback there. That's my dude.
You mean Chris Long?
Chris Long, yeah.
But again, like those weren't really big money. Those were guys like they brought in to kind of be role players. Long
Blunt got decent money, but Long
should not have. He was like 30.
I know, but he still was just a battering ram of a running back. I have so much love for LeGarrette Blount because that man literally delivered me one of the happiest days of my life. So
I remember he won the Super Bowl with the Patriots, then won it with the Eagles, and then signed with the Lions. And people were like, oh, he's back-to-back in Super Bowls. Is he going to go 3 for 3?
And I'm like, nope. Well, I also know why, because it was like Howie Roseman was only going to offer him about like 2/3 of what Detroit was going to give him because they wanted to make Jay Ajayi the feature back. But then Ajayi tore his ACL, and we ended up with like Josh Adams or some shit as our final running back by the end of the season. 2018 was a weird fucking year.
LeGarrette Blount made $1.25 million, so that's not a big signing.
Okay.
What about Calvin?
Maybe his signing bonus was bigger. I'm not even sure. It's been like 4 years.
His signing bonus was $200,000.
Damn, I must be missing things now. I don't know.
What about Van Noy with Miami?
Big money, injured the entire year, got cut.
Fair. Didn't he spend a couple? Wasn't it a couple years with Miami? Not just one.
No, it was 1 year.
Was
It
it
was
really?
1 year.
Wow. I feel like
Yeah,
that was a long year.
The contract was stupid. I don't think he should have gotten that much. But giving him that stupid contract and then he got hurt, like, you can't blame that on him. But now he's back in New England, so I don't really care.
Still tearing people up.
I just have a quick correction. My Ramondre Stevenson comment was actually about JJ Taylor, who's 5'6".
JJ Taylor is a small man.
That makes more sense.
Ramondre Stevenson is the big dude. Like, I was like,
he's 6 foot and
6
6 foot
feet.
225.
yeah, that's a large man. Like,
JJ Taylor is the dude who's 5'6" on the Pats roster and would get more playing time if he could actually do anything besides just run up the A gap.
okay, so also, can we also talk about Commissioner Cooper basically rigging the competition against me?
Oh, I don't want to hear it.
Okay, so basically, I went on to do a fantasy. It was like whatever their fucking boxing match competition is. And by the way, shout out to TSS and my man Commissioner Cooper for having me on. But the kicker is that basically I smoked this kid up and down the competition because I actually had my shit prepped. Kevin, I was prepped. That's scary.
That never fucking happens.
I was, though. That's a thing. And I kicked this kid's ass up and down the competition. And they basically were like, they kind of had to give it to him because the guy who helps run the network they're on wins, it kind of looks bad. I guess the guy who was in front of me from another network came on and bitched and moaned. But listen, my man from Unfiltered, my man Phil, big Raiders fan, I had a fun time shooting the shit with him. Also, shout out to my man Jason Cooper, the commish, TSS Fantasy. I appreciate them having me on. Check out the episode. They're fucking hysterical, by the way. I love their shit. Like, I'm gonna start watching it. I will watch their stuff more. I check in occasionally, generally with look, like
Look,
he knows.
Here's the thing. So I went on there and I had to go against DJ, my co-host. And Jared, you've talked to DJ. The dude is literally a walking encyclopedia of football knowledge. I literally like
the fuck out of me when he talks.
Like, it is literally, I'm just like, I'm getting set up for failure. And he is literally the Schwab in nowadays, like, modern era stump the Schwab. Like, he would be the Schwab that you have to stump at the end to win. And it's like, I literally went up, I'm like, oh, great. I already know I'm losing. And as long as I can take one round, I feel good about myself. And other than that, I was like, yeah, I'm losing everything else.
You know what's crazy is I wanted to bring Samir or JD on because, like, I love both of them dearly, but Samir and JD both have different strengths. And so for me, one, I used the ESPN Fantasy app. I had it in front of me the whole time just to make sure I was right about things. I kind of knew in my head what I was doing. But, like one of the questions was, like, try to tell me why Dallas Goedert's not going to be a top 10 tight end. I literally said I'm punting here because trying to tell me Dallas Goedert won't be a top 10 tight end with Zach Ertz gone, he's Jalen Hurts' favorite target besides Devontae Smith. And Gardner Minshew's throwing the ball a ton. Oh, and also our offense is built for tight ends. It's kind of like you're trying to tell me unless he tears his ACL for the season, he's going to be a top 10 finisher in fantasy. The other one was trying to tell me why the Eagles defense will finish top 10. I'm like, because the offenses they played on the stretch are all division rivals. And except for Dallas in week 18, who's going to sit half their starters probably, unless Dallas finds a way to choke it away, we'll be facing Daniel Jones and Taylor Heineke. That's it. And also the Eagles defense, like, creates a shit ton of turnovers with Slay, Anthony Harris, and Steve Nelson, whatever. So, listen, I had a great time on TSS. Those guys are my dudes. But, even Jason said, Kelsey.
Look, I had to get my comeback in the Thanksgiving. It was all about food. And, my credentials are in my waistline. So that's
that may be the greatest quote I've ever fucking heard.
So,
Kelsey, your show, can we please get that as like a merch T-shirt or something?
Oh, we're working on trying to figure out how to get the wording proper.
Look at also, by the way, the dude's repping his show on my show. I love the self-branding. It's perfect.
Synergy. Absolute fantasy.
Well, I don't have a cool belly up hat to wear, so I have to.
Well, you know what? Talk to Mike or Blaine about that. I don't have to tell you.
I missed out on it. We joined late,
Well, I think Bonfire does hats, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think
not that dope hat, though.
Let's bring back some belly up hats, though.
McCarthy. So, how do the hats look? Have you seen them yet?
I'm sorry, what? The hats.
The hats from Bonfire. They look pretty good. I thought. I looked at a couple of them.
I haven't checked on them yet, but I'll check them out.
Honestly, like shout out to my my sidekick Samir for helping me with merch. I gave him the password and I haven't seen shit on the site. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's all right. I haven't done shit either because like the Bonfire site's so confusing to me.
It's really not.
I know. I just seem to do it either after this show when I'm a little inebriated or when I come from work and I'm so tired. All I want to do is sit back, eat food, and go to sleep. So
they do have hats. They
What?
do have hats. They have a snapback, a classic baseball, a cuffed beanie, and a pom-pom beanie, or otherwise known as a toque.
Is that what they call those?
Toques. Yeah.
Oh, they have a weird.
Okay. First of all,
Like, in parts of
misspoke.
Alabama, they call them like sugums.
Wait, what?
I
What part of
don't
Alabama are
know.
you going to?
The western part, the better half.
Oh, well, hold on.
I-
No. There's two western halves. There's the Mobile western half, and then there's the Huntsville western half, or there's the garbage known as Tuscaloosa.
The Tuscaloosa half.
Okay,
Shots
so the
fired.
garbage part. All right,
Or the,
sure.
I guess.
Kelsey,
I guess
you
it'd be a
motherfuckers
six.
cost me like $700 in my parlay. Fuck off.
Why?
would
Why
you-
did they
no,
cost?
no.
Why? What?
Because
what,
I
no, hang
picked
on.
I picked Auburn outright.
You literally, you could have asked me, do I ever pick Auburn in anything? And then my answer is going to be a simple no.
Okay, no, me and Samir talked
No.
about this. If I just picked Michigan outright against Ohio State and picked Auburn with the points, I would have ran away with like $500.
Never
and I
pick
just
Michigan.
was being
I
a
told you to
jackass.
do that. I told you to take Auburn with the
Kevin,
like,
I was drunk at a bar when I made these bets. That was the problem.
That's not my fault. You have a drinking problem. It's not Alabama's
I don't
fault.
have a
you
drinking problem. I was having a great time with friends, and a woman goes, "Hey, you should probably put your bets in because you're going to forget tomorrow morning." I'm like, "Yeah, true."
No, whenever Auburn wins for Auburn fans, it's like that Palpatine meme, like a surprise, but a welcome one.
You're
Fair.
not wrong.
Yeah, I know what it's like. I
Like,
know what it is.
whenever Auburn beats Alabama in years where Alabama's actually good, you're just like, oh, cool. Well, this happened. I'm gonna go get drunk now. See you later. Like,
I hate when that happens because now for fucking years into my life, like I will be
Kick six
I'm not 95.
every
I'm probably gonna be
fucking week.
73 because that's when both my grandfathers are. I'm gonna be like 73 on my deathbed, and the last thing I'm gonna see is fucking ESPN posting the kick six.
every
Okay,
year.
So I will admit I watched
Not every year,
Kick
like
Six-
every Wednesday. It feels.
I caught
They're
the
just, like,
Kick Six
posting.
live, like when I was like at a sports bar. Insane. I've seen it enough. Oh my god, Chris Davis out of the end zone. That was like, oh my god, beat him again. Fuck, like
Like,
shut
if
up.
an
Okay.
Auburn fan brings it up, I get annoyed, but I'm not like, guys, stop bringing this
but
up. Like,
ESPN, like, find a different moment. There's so many great moments in college football over the last 20 years.
Look, I can give you moments for Auburn up back until Bo Jackson if you want to, where they dominated. But look, I was actually in the stadium for Kick Six. That was one hell of a student section to experience, and literally, I'm just saying, I was one of the few people that stayed in the stands because I'm not running my fat self onto the stadium and trying to jump those hedges. That's not happening. But you know what? I'm gonna stay right here and take a picture, and I'm just standing up in the about mid level. Right on the in between the field goal posts, just looking down on the field, and it's all people. And I'm like, those hedges are gone. They have physically replaced those hedges after that storming. They're now just like brick walls.
they also replaced the trees after 2010.
Well, you're not going to talk about the trees. That's because some dude is a legitimate psychopath.
Was a legitimate psychopath.
Well, he deserves still is because
he died 2 years ago.
Exactly. He deserves it still. He's a miserable piece of.
Man's an American hero. Also, his kids' names are like
What?
Crimson and Tide.
Hold on. We have to go back to this. He literally put enough poison in public grounds where there is groundwater running underneath to damage the water supply in the city of Auburn.
So he's Dr. Jonathan Crane.
He's a terrorist. He is literally a terrorist.
One man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter.
Not in America.
What is this fucking? Oh my! I'm not gonna. I almost made a joke. I'm not gonna say it.
This is America, man. We don't poison each other. We poison the other guys.
Also, I
No,
did
we
not know
poison your bank
damaged our
accounts.
water supply.
That's Russia with polonium.
I did not know damage water supply, so that's on me. That's not good. But the trees I couldn't care less about.
Yeah, they had to literally dig out the ground and everything around the trees, and like they even thought about putting fake trees in just so they would never have an issue with it again.
Jesus.
But yeah, literally.
Also, I want to be clear. I'm not endorsing terrorism. That was strictly a joke about the IRA.
Why are we joking about the IRA? Oh my
I wanted to clarify.
How is that any better joking about the IRA?
Are you a Crown loyalist?
I am neither. Then I'm just gonna stand in the middle and watch them fight each other.
Come out, knee black and tans intensifies.
We got breaking news, boys. Dalvin Cook's playing tonight. I thought he was done. I thought the shoulder was
that broke at like
49 seconds ago as the E-Rap report.
We were Kevin and I were out like at 2:00 and saw it on like ESPN or something.
Damn, rap sheet's getting sloppy. Also, I stopped following Adam Schefter after he basically.
You still pronounced it wrong.
I did on purpose this time. Fuck Adam.
I don't know when you're doing things on purpose. Also, you didn't set up the live stream right.
What do you? I want to show off Ryan and Pat's Twitter handles.
You didn't. Ryan wasn't here when you set it up. Kelsey wasn't here when you set it up. If you are confused who set this up for the past year, now you know.
Because it's Mike's Super Short Show.
I worked really hard to make.
You did. I give you all the credit in the world.
Overlay.
Okay.
And Jared doesn't even use
do
it.
bigger and better things with your own show. Now I run the shindig with your assistance. You don't have to. We don't have to deal with each other on Tuesdays anymore. Thank fucking God, because there's some days I want to strangle you.
I don't feel.
And vice versa, you probably want to strangle me
like
too.
mom and dad fighting.
Mom, dad,
no, actually,
I could really. I get that reference.
And boys and girls, that's two.
Can we also talk about how this is unrelated to anything we talked about? Joe Buck has a podcast.
Oh, it's
called Daddy Issues.
I know. It's fucking hysterical. Because
the only reason I know that is I tweeted about liking Joe Buck now after he shit on Peyton, and the podcast liked it. I didn't tag anyone.
They're searching those Twitter handles, those Twitter searches.
Oh,
they
keywords.
could at least follow me. Like, come on, they have less followers than me.
Actually, follow you? Come on, Kevin.
That's how I feel about Ross Tucker.
Buck.
Yeah, but they have less followers than me, so they should just follow me also, and then I'll follow them back.
Look, can we just admit the fact that that Joe Buck is the real life Brockmire?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know he's literally like teased as being the great part on Brockmire, but no, he is legitimately the actual Brockmire.
No, that tracks. I'm totally about that. I've watched 4 episodes. I'm 4 episodes into Brockmire and I fucking love it. So yeah.
Oh well, you'll be disappointed at the end. I'm sorry.
I think Joe Buck is unfairly maligned.
He's also kind of a shit human, but you know he's
I just mean strictly in terms of his job.
In terms of his casting. Like, listen, one of my favorite moments of all time in sports is watching the Minnesota Miracle with my dad, who's a Vikings fan, and having Buck scream, "Diggs! Touchdown, Vikings!" I'm like, oh my God, this is like an electric factory. I'm here for this.
He has maybe one of my favorite calls in sports history. And Ryan, are you a Yankees fan? I forget.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, Ryan. I don't mean to bring this up. But 2004, one of the games went late into like 2 a.m. David Ortiz hits a clutch home run in the ALCS, and Joe Buck's going wild. He's like, "It's gone. I'll see you later tonight." Greatest, one of my favorite calls of all time.
In general, his World Series, just like, welcome to World Series Game 1 on Fox. This is Joe Buck with your like him saying that is like, I'm immediately like, oh yeah, I'm here for 7 games. Like, let's go. Cracking open a beer. Like, I'm good to go.
Fair enough.
The moment he says those words.
Well, honestly, this World Series is the first one I've actually watched intently for the first time in like a couple of years. Like, generally the World Series past couple years have had teams that like either I hate their fan base or I hate the team themselves. So this year was like, I actually rooting for Atlanta. They're kind of a cool story. I watched 19 was when the Nationals won, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Cause
watched
the
that one
Dodgers
pretty
last year.
intently too. But
Which one is it for the Red Sox? Do you hate the team
fan
or the
base.
fan base?
I hate your fan base. I love the team. I love their story. I love everything about it. But you guys are so fucking annoying. You make it so hard to root for you fuckers.
See, I'm the opposite. I
All Patriot fans.
love the fan base, but I fucking hate ownership of the Red Sox. They are the worst.
Kevin, when you were still in the show, we made an anti-John Henry podcast. Remember? It still is. He's a piece of shit. He now owns my hockey team. I'm not happy about that.
And LeBron owns them too.
You know my opinion on that fucking pussy, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I just called him out on air.
Hey, you know the only good team LeBron owns, by the way, is Liverpool. So that's all. We're gonna say that one and just call it swell because it's the only one he doesn't understand, so he can't affect at all.
Hey, they also own a NASCAR.
Oh, he probably understands that though.
Like a whole
It's just
car?
a fucking left turn for 500 laps. What's the big deal?
Race Hell Praisdale.
You said that, and I immediately had Matt from rambling about racing in my ear, like just hearing him say it is more than just a left turn.
Oh no! Listen, I had a great 30-minute conversation with Matt once during one of my Belly Up intro one of my welcome to Belly Up meetings that Mike has me do. And my favorite one though is with Kelsey and DJ because we talked for 10 minutes about the actual podcast, and I had about 45 minutes to kill because I think one of the guys after them pushed me back like an hour. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna go eat, but I want to talk to these guys about football. So me, Kelsey, and DJ talked shit about football for probably a good solid 45 minutes. It was great. Yeah, I actually thoroughly appreciate that because then I had to deal with a podcaster who will not be named because I think he left Belly Up.
Name him then.
His name rhymes with Dane.
Yeah, fuck you, Blaine.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh,
I don't know if I want to go.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I'm
not
to say that.
Blaine.
Okay,
it's not Blaine. I love Blaine. Blaine is my boss for the podcast department. I've been his number 2 for a year and a half now, and honestly, I've had worse bosses to work for. Blaine's actually pretty cool. His humor is as dry as a fucking robot's, but listen, it works because I am out of control sometimes, and it's kind of a perfect mix.
I'm still trying to figure out who left here. I'm going through all the names in my head.
Fucking Wayne from Infinity Sports, bro. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Thank Jesus.
I haven't heard. Well, he doesn't watch our fucking show anyway, so is he going to talk shit about me to Mike now? Come on.
They retweet our stuff occasionally, so maybe they tuned in today.
I don't.
They like me. They like me for all 5 seconds.
Wayne, if you got a problem with me, DM me. I will talk to you man to man.
No, I got it. DM me instead.
Yeah, DM Pat. Listen, I have no problem with him as a human being. Whatever, but whatever. Moving
Pat, on. Unrelated, you're wearing some Belly Up merch, right?
I am. I'm wearing. I'm wearing a special Belly Up Sports Army sweatshirt. A nice little hoodie. Just ignore the hat. The hat's completely different. But yeah, no, very good merch. Designed by the one and only Kevin Langley.
So. Kev, is the Miami one still available, by the way, or is that one
it should
gone?
be. I haven't taken any of them down.
Cool.
I'll check. Check out Belly Up Tailgate Tees on Teespring. We got a bunch of schools on there. We have an Auburn one, Kelsey, actually.
Yeah, I saw it. We don't have an Auburn Kelsey size, though. There's no sheets available.
Teespring kind of sucks.
Sheets. Jesus Christ, dude.
We have, what other ones do we have? I think we have University of Albany. I think we have one of those on there, too.
You have Albany, yeah?
We do. We have
my school. Well, my school I would have gone to if I wasn't poor.
We have the U. We also have a University of Calgary because their mascot's a dinosaur and it's Reptar, basically.
Hell yeah.
The coolest logo by far, I think, of any team.
That's not their logo. I just decided, fuck, they're the dinos. We're making a Calgary shirt. Also, this is unrelated. I do want to talk about this tweet real quick.
Go for it.
It's a Chris Sims tweet from
boy,
January 5th, 2020. He tweeted earlier the day, interesting that Peyton's game plan series of plays hasn't worked early on. Usually those are deadly. Let's see how he adjusts. # Minnesota versus New Orleans. Then Chris Sims quote tweets his own tweet, and we get our answer. Taysom Hill providing some juice. What a stud. Great legs and ass, too.
Once again, the Sims family giving us nothing but memes.
I hate Chris Sims.
I hate Chris Sims. I hate Phil Sims. I hate that whole family. Their wife's probably
I don't
annoying as
mind
shit
Phil
too.
Sims sometimes. Chris Sims
I
is an
guess.
idiot.
Wasn't Phil Sims part of Madden for a while? It was him and Jim
Maybe.
Nantz back in the day.
Oh yeah, announcing. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stand either of them. And that's everyone's like, why can't you stand Jim Nantz? He's great. I'm like, Madden 12. That's why.
Like, can we just talk about Chris Sims for a second though? Does he not look like a pedophile? Like every picture I've ever seen of the man, he literally looks like he's just trying to creep on somebody.
He's in the back of
Oh my god. No, hang on.
Like just Google, like literally just Google search Chris Sims and look at the first 7 pictures that you see there. They're all like as creepy as possible.
I'm about to share my screen because it just gave me a recommendation to follow Chris Sims. That's weird, but I was about to go to his Twitter anyway, so that works
you
out.
Follow him and tweet at him. Please take a normal picture.
Nope, hang on. We're gonna bump this out. Here's his picture on Twitter. If I can work this out, there we go.
Oh, yep, that's the one. That's the first picture.
That's terrifying.
There you go.
Now, all right, listen. He looks like he's trying to lure kids to the back of the park, and that scares the fucking shit out of me.
Not even just
It's a bad
kids.
screenshot.
I'm glad that I'm sitting down, so I'm actually not going to make that joke. That'd be bad.
Just don't make eye contact with the photo. That's all I'm going to say.
I keep having to look back at it because I'm afraid it's going to start moving. You guys ever seen
I
It's
have a
follows you.
question.
It's
gonna
the
follow you
Clipper
around with the Mona Lisa.
I love it.
I have a question. Is anyone else rock hard after seeing that?
I
I
know
couldn't
Pat
be
is.
more flaccid.
All right, now I'm creeped out.
Yeah. Oh, that's where we draw the line.
Like
Okay.
I don't
I
know
thought,
why
I thought JD's
coming
shower
on.
comment creeped me out. Now I'm like, oh.
Why does Ryan keep coming on like he doesn't expect these
Ryan,
comments?
okay. So Kelsey's our boys that are our friend of the show, Zach. Poor Zach had no idea who he was getting into when he came on. Kevin compared Joe Paterno to a Nazi, and basically Zach was scarred.
No, we did not compare him to a Nazi.
Wow.
We just said we don't know about his whereabouts from 1936 to 1945. That's all we said. We didn't compare him to a Nazi. We just put the puzzle pieces out there. If you want to put them together a certain way, you can.
Oh my god.
Also, I already have scarred Steve Peralt, so
Yeah, he
what's the
doesn't
worst
talk
that
to me anymore. I think that's also because I don't know what the fuck happened, honestly.
Yeah, you
I
also
think it's because
scarred Cruz after that mom story too.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's my
that was-
favorite.
Back,
That
though.
was a lot of fun, though.
One of the best
Like,
memes
we
ever
can't get
from
rid
Belly
of
Up
Cruz.
Sports.
We love Cruz. It's fine.
I love how that meme took Gump Twitter by storm.
God, I
and the
love
quarter
Gump.
booth
Gump
got
Twitter,
no
by the way.
credit.
Miami Jared loves you so much. You guys are the shit.
The quarter booth got no credit for that, and I was pissed. I should have put a quarter booth logo.
Yeah,
on there.
because
you should've.
like Gump Twitter is my favorite non-Miami Twitter group, and I love them.
Miami
all
Twitter
for it.
doesn't exist.
It does, but it's
It
basically
doesn't.
it's just no, it does. It's just basically a couple ex-players, Barstool Miami, Out the Huddle, a couple other spots. But Miami Twitter's fun. But we all just
True
shit on
Life
Manny
Crew,
Diaz.
Luke Skywalker, you know.
Yeah,
I
listen,
thought that was the
Uncle
Manny
Luke's
Diaz fan
tweets.
club.
Listen, Uncle Luke's tweets are fucking hysterical. Don't get me started about that shit. His tweet about Mario Cristobal had me like literally shitting a brick. I was laughing so hard. But no, honestly, I love Gum Twitter as a non-Alabama fan. I love Gum Twitter because y'all treat me so nice. I appreciate y'all, especially my
I
man
love
Vinny.
Twitter as an Auburn fan. Like, let's be
I'm still-
honest,
I'm
Gump
still
Twitter is
waiting-
hilarious.
Listen,
I'm
I gotta
still-
give a shout out to my boy Vinny. He always retweets my shit, even if it's not about Alabama or college football.
I'm still waiting for my Bama hockey jersey.
Also,
Did I say
Maggie.
get you
You
one
can
of
get an
those?
Auburn one.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Also, I gotta give a
Okay,
shout out to
so-
Maggie for trying to pay Kevin to kidnap my kitten. So
So Ryan, I've been unemployed for the past 10 months, but I started a new job next week. Once I get my
Nice.
first paycheck after my month review, I will buy you an Alabama hockey jersey.
Awesome.
Well, now I gotta buy him an Auburn hockey jersey. Now this is just not fair.
why would you do that to yourself?
These aren't hockey schools. You don't really have to do that.
No,
No,
I
no, no,
I said-
no.
I
We
said-
started
no,
a
no,
hockey
hockey
program
is-
when I was
This is
still
what
on
happened.
campus.
No, this is
Okay,
what happened. I
I'm
said
more concerned that down south they'll probably think the Pocky Puck's a can of dip with a rubber case on it.
That's what they practice it.
Yee
Look, man.
cowpokes.
the amount of
Man, is
husky
that
candy you
pouches
see
or
on
actual
a skate
shed?
rink are legit.
Yep.
They practice with some skull
He
winter
said
green.
pouches so like discreet. I love it.
Like, dude, it's like the
Listen,
whole
nothing
corner
wrong
of
with
the
pouches.
ring.
I'm a pouch man myself, Pat.
No. I have to provide some context here, though. So I
Please
had
do.
Kev on probably right after my co-host for No Credentials Required to decide he was going to be part anymore. So I had Kev on as a guest, and I said, I will join Gump Twitter if someone gets me a University of Alabama hockey jersey.
Yo, I'm down for that.
And you joined Gum Twitter, and there's no jersey, right? Like that's the
Not yet. Not
That's the
until I
definition
get
of
that
Gump
jersey.
Twitter.
Not until I get that jersey.
No, which is fair. I mean, Ryan's a man of his word, so I assume once he gets to Twitter, I will tweet out like, "Oh, follow Ryan." I gave him an Alabama hockey jersey. Now he's part of Cup Twitter.
And I'll quote tweet that with me wearing the jersey.
right. I
Yeah.
thought you did have a Twitter.
I have a Twitter.
Yeah,
It's
Is that
at
what
Who
you-
Is Ryan MCC.
yeah.
Yeah, you follow me, I think.
Pat doesn't know what we're talking about right now.
Oh, Kev, I thought you were saying if Ryan gets a Twitter.
No,
you-
if he joins Gump Twitter.
Oh
No,
my bad.
if he just
I will join
tweets about
Gump Twitter
Alabama.
once. Yeah.
Raj.
I got thrown into Gump Twitter because I was Kevin's co-host for like 3 years. I got
mean,
dragged
well,
into it.
We got maybe prior to the last couple months, like at the time, maybe one of our most electric guests on.
We had a dude from Saturday Down South who was fucking amazing. I love that dude.
Oh, wait, which one?
Chris Marler. Follow
Oh.
at Vern Funquist.
Yeah.
Dude's great. I've plugged him out on 2 shows in the past 2 weeks.
Who else? We have my man Bond. That's my dude right there.
We had Bond on. We've had Vinny
Bond
on.
also. Me and Bond have a friendship in Bond that will last forever. See what I did there?
We've had Vinny on.
We've had
We've
Maggie
had-
comment. Maggie comment.
We've had
every
Maggie
fucking
comment.
show.
We've had Vegas's Brett Hull on briefly, even though he's a Mizzou fan, and then we've had Cruz.
Yo, Brett, I still see his fucking tweets, man. It drives me. I laugh my ass out every time I see him tweet shit. I think he followed me on Instagram. I'm not sure about that. But Vegas, my dude. All right, boys, it's already. We're already at the fucking. We're already at 7:20.
Before
You know
we go
what's
further, I
happening
gotta
is-
show this. I gotta show this man what he's missing with an Auburn hockey jersey.
Oh my god!
Look
Oh,
at how
it's fucking
sexy
ugly.
that is.
Ugly. Oh my god.
Oh my
How
god!
sexy that is. Look at
Jesus!
that beautiful tiger
Is
on
that
the
a
face.
club jersey?
Yeah, that's what they were. That's back
Oh
in the day.
Oh my god! All right. Well, boys and girls, you know what time it is. It's officially 7:20. So now it is time for everyone's favorite segment. Oh, let's crack a 6-pack. Presented by our amazing friends over at yeetsofficial.com. If you want the best sunglasses around, polarized lenses, we got a pair. I got a pair. Kev, I know he's got his on right. Hold on, let me throw his on right now.
I can't do it the backwards way. Like, my
Polarized
forearms don't touch
lenses.
that way.
There you go.
$40 max. Great value. They ship it to you quickly, easy, and also our promo code knocks the shipping off.
Also,
Fair.
polarized. Great for fishing.
Yeah, seriously, for fishing. Like seriously, like I honestly, Pat said it last week. I actually went fishing a couple months ago, and actually wore a pair of my Yeets, and I actually caught 2 fish. I was very happy. One was way too small to keep though, so I threw it right back.
You tried that.
But yeah, yeetsofficial.com, promo code Korner Booth, 10% off. They of course sponsor they sponsor our 2 best segments, the 1-sentence game on our show and the 6-pack on the live stream. So kicking it off, while Kev is rolling away, we'll start off with the man of the hour. He's rocking the gear. He's got the flag behind him. It's time for the battle for the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. Army, Navy. Patrick, the floor is yours. Rock and roll, kid.
Look, it's the 122nd meeting of Army Navy. Army has been amazing this year. Like I don't know how Army hasn't been ranked this year. Like they showed with Wake Forest that they could at least hold their own until the last 5 minutes of the 4th quarter. Like their entire season was really good. The defense is stellar, especially for a service academy. The option has been rocking. Navy is in a weird transitional period. They fired their head coach after they lost to Air Force at the beginning of the season. I can't say this enough. Give me Army. Go Army, beat Navy.
I am with you 100%. I have Army as well. I am big on the Black Knights this year. As much as Navy impressed me when they took Cincinnati about 2.5 quarters before Cincinnati woke up and was like, oh, wait, we're playing Navy. Army has always been like, for you, Pat, obviously I got to root for him. But, yeah, go Black Knights.
Yeah, look, I'm agreeing. Like I don't think I could go see my family ever again. Not that I see them often, but as an Army family, I think I might literally get disowned if I don't say go Army, and probably murdered in my sleep. So yeah, definitely go Army for this one. But this is honestly, everything you're right. Like that triple option this year has been so deadly.
My brother was a Navy guy, so I got to root Navy, or he'll pound me into the ground because he's 6'6" and shaped like an offensive lineman, and I'm a few inches smaller than him. But looking at Army this year, they've been, in what I've seen, they've been phenomenal. And I agree with Pat. I don't know why they're not. I don't know why they're not in the top 25. So it's gonna be a close game, but I think Army takes it.
Fair enough. All right, as for the boys who can't make it tonight, JD took Army, and Samir hasn't gotten his picks in yet. So, what the hell, Samir?
Samir's probably going to take Navy out of spite. No, but for real, I think this is a straight up, as far as like the only college football we're really getting this weekend.
He's got the.
That was a
Welcome back,
that's
Kev.
a dump move right there.
What is that? Bourbon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just any bourbon though. It's the gym.
Mr. Beam?
Me and Mr. Beam have a really rough, rocky relationship. I'm more of a fan of Mr. Daniels.
Me and Johnny Walker are on the rocks together.
I am a big. Me and Johnny have a okay relationship. Me and Jamie, oh, it's a very tumultuous relationship.
I have a good swimming relationship with Jamie.
Jamie has put me some good times and some bad times. Let's put it that way. Kevin, Army Navy.
Christian Anderson's going to fucking light it up. As Pat said on Tailgate in the Quad this week, 15 to 20 pass attempts in this game. A lot for Army. Give me the Black Knights, baby.
There you go. All right, so far. And Samir also is taking the Army Black Knights as well. So
I really thought he was going to take Navy out of spite.
Ryan McCarthy lone wolfing tonight. Don't start howling to the mariachi, please.
No, I picked Army.
I think you said you picked Navy.
No, I picked Army, but I'm rooting for Navy because
okay.
my brother. Sorry.
Got it.
I now don't trust Jared keeping track of these.
Okay, you know what? I was trying to get Samir to get his picks in. Give me a break. If I fuck up this next one, Kevin, you lead. All right.
To be fair, Ryan in the first half did have me thinking he was going to pick Navy until he said he's picking Army.
Fair. My brain also shut off after he said I'm rooting for Army. So I mean Navy. So I was like, okay.
Once he said his brother's a Navy guy, that's what I lost. I was like, all right, Navy.
Yep.
We have no other college games this week. This is that weird in-between week where it's like only Army, Navy, and then we have bowls next week. So, kicking right off, Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens. Ravens have no secondary. Kev, they might have you and me out there playing corner on Sunday. So, who you got, guys?
Who's the favorite?
Ravens.
By how much?
Ravens, what's the
I think it's like by
spread?
2.5.
Okay.
It was something small last time I saw it.
I got Browns 2.5, but they're at home, so
Yeah, Browns minus 2.5. I'm gonna go with the Ravens though.
I'm gonna go with the Browns. I'm gonna go with the home team. Manages to pull it off, despite Baker, and he stays another year.
Fair.
I'll take Cleveland here too. I feel like the Browns. I feel like both Browns and Ravens. It's always like about to pop, but I I have a lot of faith in the Browns as an organization and a team. And I was telling Kevin earlier today, like, I'm really rooting for Baker and the Browns. Like, if I had to pick like a second team to root for in the NFL outside of New England, it's Cleveland.
I live in the city. I'll be at the tailgate. You know, I gotta.
Oh, hey, plug your tailgate.
Well, I don't want to
Yeah.
tailgate and do it now, but all right.
It's the
Shameless
game.
plug.
I wanted you to do it now.
All right, fair enough. So we're gonna be doing the belly up tailgate, and thanks to Colorcast, by the way. Shout out Colorcast. I'll be doing Army Navy as well on Colorcast.
Ooh.
So, but you know, just double dipping while I'm here. But no, look, we're gonna be at just off of the Muni lot. We're gonna be 890 Summit. We're gonna be teaming up with Top Dog Tailgate, which is a fantastic foodie tailgate. They got a whole menu on Twitter. Go check it out. I tweeted out everything, all the information about them. We're also teaming up with Brewdog Brewing Company. If you guys haven't heard, they're providing us with all the beers for the event. Cannot wait for that. So we're just going to be sitting there, chilling, eating a whole lot of great food, talking a whole lot of shit, eating a whole lot of beer, drinking a whole lot of beer with a bunch of Cleveland fans who are just like, we need to win or we're going to die at this point in time. So come on down if you guys are in the Cleveland area, or if you guys have Colorcast, come check us out, drop in, give a good time. And while we're there, just so happen to be giving away this little beauty right here, this signed JT Joe Thomas jersey.
Wow.
Nice little authenticated signed JT jersey. So if you guys are a big fan of offensive linemen, this is the one offensive lineman you need.
If I were there, I would definitely. If I could make it, I would definitely.
Colorcast.
Yeah,
Check it out on Colorcast. We're gonna be we're gonna be there for 4 hours. So we're gonna be open up the hot seat, opening up everything, letting people jump on. So be a good time.
All righty.
Mostly excited about the beer though. I can't lie. Like as cool as it is to see a bunch of people, like give me free beer any day of the week.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm gonna take the Browns as well. I this game kind of to me just feels weird. Like I want to pick the Ravens, but I don't trust them to win now that they can't cover anybody. So I just said the rest of my Yingling. Give me the Browns. And JD, of course, took the Browns. If he didn't, I'd be very disappointed in him. And so did Samir. Nobody taking the Ravens?
I'm taking the Ravens.
There you go, Ryan.
All right,
Taking the Ravens.
Didn't Kev take the Ravens?
Kev didn't pick it.
What?
Did
Okay,
miss
I
that?
seriously don't trust you keeping track of this stuff.
Kev, did you pick
Got
the
it.
Ravens or the Browns?
I picked the Ravens.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
I had a little faux pas. It's just now. Hold up.
Can we get a scoreboard scoreboard
All
operator?
right. So far, everyone except Kevin and McCarthy have picked the Browns. Am I correct?
Yeah.
There you go. I got it. All right. Raiders Chiefs in Arrowhead. The line currently, according to Caesars Sportsbook, is
Not enough to the Chiefs.
Yeah, not enough. Because I don't trust the Raiders anymore. They did let me down last week. It's Casey minus 9.5. Oh, I honestly might take him just to cover. Fuck.
Yeah, look, I've never been known to be a sane bettor when it comes to the Raiders, so I'm going to take the Raiders because for no other reason than I might win money if they win.
Hey, listen. Thanks to your Cowboys, I walked away with $60 on Thanksgiving. It's all good.
Hey, you're welcome. It's about the only people they pay off for.
Facts. Eagles fans make money off them. Let's go. I'm gonna also take the Chiefs. Wait, you said the Raiders. You're taking the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders.
Okay. Just taking the Raiders. I'm taking the Chiefs only because I'm not going to do this to myself again. Every time I pick the fucking Raiders, they lose. When I don't pick the Raiders, they win. The only time I was right was Thanksgiving. No, actually, fucking Kelsey, I'm with you. This is my upset pick. I'm taking the fucking Raiders.
Go the other way so the Raiders actually win.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I picked them twice and they pull off upsets, and they've actually done it. The Raiders have been my golden goose this year with upsets. I just have to. I can't pick them when they're favorites. Give me the Raiders right now, minus 9.5. They're my upset pick. Kevin.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Their defense is actually playing like their defense should with how much money's invested in it. And also, since the real Corvette, Henry Ruggs, has been off the team, the Raiders can't buy a win.
Except against Dallas.
Yeah, they won one game and then they've lost last 4. So yeah, give me the Chiefs.
Mr.
I don't want
McCarthy.
to pick the Chiefs, but I'm going to.
I'm going to take the Chiefs with a caveat in that I fear that they're looking forward a little bit because they play the Chargers next week, and that's going to decide the division, I think.
Yeah.
So I think the Chiefs win, but I think the Raiders cover. Although Kevin makes a good point that ever since that disastrous Tennessee game, and before that when their defense was a sieve, they have respectfully allowed 17, 7, 14, 9, and 9 points. So I'll take the Chiefs, but I think the Raiders will give them a bit of a rough awakening at the beginning.
Fair. Patrick, you pick?
He's muted. He's still going.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Thanks, guys. I want to take the Chiefs here. I feel like the Chiefs were a little rocky at the starting midway through the season, but I feel like it's going to start to come together for them. So give me the Chiefs.
Fair enough.
All
All
right.
right.
Shout out Legere Sneed there for stepping up and finally playing good.
There you go. Cowboys, Washington football team. According to Vegas right now, this line is Dallas minus 4.5. So y'all want an upset pick? Here's your shot. I am taking the Dallas Cowgirls to win on the road. This is no ulterior motives like the Philadelphia Eagles would slip into the wild card if Washington lost. This is basically just, I think Dallas is a better team. I think, last week against Las Vegas, I think the Raiders just shit the bed. They looked awful. They looked unsuccinct. I think Washington also takes advantage of teams that have bad chemistry and bad, an identity problem. With me, the Raiders look like they don't know who they are as a team, identity-wise. They'll get grasping at straws the entire game, and Las Vegas had a chance to win. Washington prevented it. They have a horrible secondary. I think Dak's going to start attacking downfield. I would probably want to start receivers. For anybody who has a wide receiver position for Dallas, I would say start. Give me the Cowboys.
Well, as the Cowboys fan, I think I'm going to go against the Cowboys and go with Washington in this one because Antonio Gibson is a dirty, dirty man, and Terry McLaurin is equally as dirty. And good luck trying to stop him because Trayvon Diggs, by the way, yeah, he's leading the league in picks, still giving up a record-setting amount of yards over the top. He will give up the most amount of yards single covered man-on-man by the end of the season, even though he will lead the league in picks. He is literally trash as an actual corner. He is just opportunistic. So, Washington football team wins this one.
Kevin.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I think their offense is too good. I mean, I know the football team, which I fucking hate saying that still. They need to pick a name. The football team's defense has stepped up a little bit in the last couple weeks, but I think they're still not good enough to stop Dallas. And Dallas's defense is better than expected.
Fair. Patrick.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say anything here outside of give me them boys.
Mr. McCarthy.
He's got a sneeze coming.
He's
had a sneeze coming. Sorry. I'm taking the football team. The last 4 games in a row, they've just found a way to win, and they're in survival mode. And when a team's in survival mode, they can be dangerous. And a couple months ago, I was on this show, and I picked the Washington to beat the Bills, but this is a much different team than it was against the Bills. So I'm taking the football team in this one.
Fair enough. All right. Bills and Buccaneers. Bills off of I wouldn't say humiliating loss, but, when Mother Nature and Bill Belichick are fighting you, you're going to lose anyway. Taking on the Buccaneers in South Florida. Kickoff 4:25. I think it's America's game of the week this week. And Lions Tampa Bay minus 3.5 at home. So Boy, Kevin, we got.
Did you say Bills Bucks? Sorry, I'm doing shit on Twitter. Give me the Bucks. Tom Brady fucking owns the entire state of New York, except actually no, the entire state of New York because the Jets
in New Jersey,
and the Giants play in the Meadowlands. So the Giants get that little, like they own half of New Jersey for the Jets, but every single NFL team that plays in the state of New York, Tom Brady owns them, and I don't think that's gonna fucking change this week.
All right. Give me the Buffalo Bills. I have to stick with my Super Bowl pick. They look like shit this week, but they're going to make the playoffs somehow, and I think this is the way they turn around. Also, the Bucks don't start giving a fuck until like January anyway, so fine. They basically have this division locked up by sleepwalking. So, give me the Bills. Kelsey.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the Bills as well. Josh Allen actually being in warm weather, able to throw the ball against not 50-mile-per-hour winds. That sounds like a great winning recipe to me. And Tom Brady, yeah, you're exactly right. This is Tom Brady's coasting period now that he's not with the Patriots. Like he gets to actually chill and relax for the next couple weeks. So give me the Bills.
All righty. Mr. McCarthy.
I'm taking the Bucks.
Because
it's week 14, and I still don't know who this Bills team is. And if you lose to a team that throws only 3 passes all game, I don't trust you. So I'll take the Bucks.
All righty. Samir and JD both took the Bills. Pat.
Did anyone take the Bills here as an upset pick, though?
No.
Give me the Bills as an upset pick here. As much as I hate to admit it, I feel like this is their get-right game. I think they recognized how embarrassing Monday night was for them to lose at home to a rookie quarterback.
Hold on, pause. I don't think this counts. Kev, I don't think this counts. My 3.5 at home.
That's the line we decided, though, right?
It's plus. I thought it was -6 at home.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm wrong then. If that's the case, then I'll just take the Bucks.
All right. Last pick of the night. Rams Cards in Scottsdale, Monday Night Football. Arizona is a 2.5-point favorite. I think it could be more. We'll see how the line changes by Sunday. I'm going to take the Cardinals. The Rams have disappointed me infinity times this year. I'm done. The Cardinals, I'm waiting for Larry Fitzgerald to trot on the field just to get a Super Bowl wing to play 2 games. I am sick and tired of trying to make the Los Angeles Rams a solid football team. They're basically just scraping by to be a playoff team, even though their 8-4 record doesn't revolve it. Their last couple losses have been hysterical. Give me the Cards. They win even with Colt McCoy.
Interesting. Well, while Kyler Murray's taking his nice little vacation again, I'm going to be taking the LA Rams and their newly developed running game in this one. So, yeah, give me the Rams running game that they actually decide to use, and Cooper Kupp again finally shows up. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Rams in this one.
Kevin.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I mean, they've looked good with Colt McCoy even at quarterback, and I don't know what the fuck the Rams have been doing all year.
Fair enough, Pat.
On paper, the Rams defense alone really makes me want to take them, but I just really love how the Cards have looked all season. The number one in the NFC just looks really good for them. And with Kyler back, I think it's going to be Cards.
Mr. McCarthy.
I'm also going to go with the Cards. I'm looking at the Los Angeles Rams injury report. Cooper Kupp is questionable. Darrell Henderson's questionable. And, yeah, this Rams team is again, like the Bills, I don't know who they are. So I know who the Arizona Cardinals are, though. So regardless of who's at quarterback, their defense is solid. I'm going with the Cards.
Nice. Kevin, you took the Rams, right?
No.
How am I so who took whatever? Okay, my bad. So I asked for clarification. All right, and Samir took the Rams, and JD took the Cardinals. All right. My gimme is the Packers over the Bears. JD took the Steelers over the Vikings over the Steelers as the upset. Pat, I need an upset out of you.
Yeah, my upset is Steelers over Vikings, but I misread the line, so you have to give me a minute.
It's all right. JD ain't here, so I'll allow a double up. Kev, I need an upset out of you as well.
Give me the Jags over the Titans.
I love that, by the way.
Jags have, I don't know what they're doing either, just like the Rams. And Trevor Lawrence has come out and said, we need James Robinson in the game. So Urban's a fucking idiot benching him. And I think they're going to feed James Robinson, and he's going to help them win.
All right, Mr. McCarthy and Mr. Kelsey, if you guys have upsets, feel free.
Give me the Lions over the Broncos.
There you go.
Riding high. I called the Lions last week. I'm going to keep calling them again this week.
Listen, I'm betting on the Lions every week now. I'm making it a habit. At least to cover. Mr. McCarthy, you got an upset for me?
Yeah, I'm thinking Houston over the Seahawks.
Nice.
Because I want that pick that Seattle has that the Jets own. I want to go higher.
See, if I had to take an upset this week, I would have definitely probably tried to place a bet. Wait, the Dolphins are off this week?
Yeah, they're a bye.
Fuck. I was gonna try to bet against the Dolphins, but I forgot they have a bye week. Oh, they're the fourth teams to bye this week. Patriots, Eagles, Colts, and Dolphins have buys this week.
I'm surprised the Jets been pulling off though.
Yeah, true. I mean, we also own the Colts pick and the Dolphins pick. So, and Samir has who's his gimme? He didn't even give me a gimme. Kev, you want to pick Samir's gimme?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna take as Samir's gimme. Hang on, let me think about this for 1 second.
I'm gonna fucking torture this.
Chargers Giants.
Yeah, no, because he might get that might hit.
Jones
Panthers over the Falcons.
Okay, so Samir's gimme is the Panthers.
Yeah.
I put a little asterisk next to it with a K just to let him know that he lost because of Kevin. All right, boys and girls, this is now past the 6-pack mark, so this is the free time. Kev, you got a rant about something. The floor is yours, kid.
I have two things. One is a rant. Another one, though, Chip Kelly is expected to be offered and expected to take the Oregon job.
What is this, 2010?
Can we play a fun trivia game?
Yes, I'm down. I got enough beer. Let's do this.
Chip Kelly has been the head coach of 4 teams. The Oregon Ducks, the UCLA Bruins, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the San Francisco 49ers.
And the UNH Bobcats.
He was not a head coach there.
UNH? I thought he was a head coach.
Nope, he was a running backs coach at University of New Hampshire. Defensive coordinator at Johns Hopkins, O-line and OC at New Hampshire.
Who thought hiring him as a DC was ever a good idea? Let's start there.
DB, special team / offensive. He got demoted at Columbia. He was DB and special teams in 1990 and then 91 O-line or outside linebackers and safeties. But out of those 4 teams that he was head coach for, Oregon, Philly, San Francisco, UCLA, which one did he spend the most time at?
Oregon.
Philly.
I think it was UCLA, wasn't it? It would have had to been UCLA.
He's been UCLA for a while, actually.
It's a trick question.
3 years, I believe, 3 or 4 years.
All the same.
He was at UCLA the same amount of time that he was at Oregon.
Wow.
But it's not that big. It was 4 years at Oregon, 4 years at UCLA, and then 3 years at Philly. And then went 2 and 14.
Two in it was like 2 and 7/8. Somebody broke this down. He fired in week 14.
He was fired in week 16.
Yeah, then we got smoked by the Cardinals. I remember this.
Yeah. So 4-4-3-1. So Chip Kelly, for some reason in everyone's mind, and mine too, he was at Oregon for a long time and he wasn't.
Who was they had a decent head coach before Chip Kelly too, but they had Helfrich afterward, and after Helfrich they had some guy who I can't remember, and then they had Cristobal.
He had Bellotti.
Rich Brooks.
Bellotti was before Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
Spent 14 seasons there. But now to my rant.
Okay.
The college football awards this year are fucking stupid.
I agree.
The finalists are stupid. You're telling me that, and I understand that he had guys taking targets here. You're telling me that Chris Olave is not one of the best receivers in the country? Because he wasn't a finalist for Biletnikoff. I think it's Jameson Williams' award to lose just because of the stats. But you're telling me that Chris Olave doesn't deserve to be a finalist. You're telling me that Will Anderson is not one of the best linebackers in the country.
He is.
Well, Will Anderson also got shafted out of the Heisman. He should be up there instead of Aiden Hutchinson.
You're telling me that Will Anderson doesn't deserve to be a Heisman finalist over Aiden Hutchinson with better stats across the board. Something's not quite right about that. You're telling me that Jordan Davis, the man who couldn't stay on the field for more than 3 consecutive snaps against Alabama, is the Bednarik Award winner. He's the best defensive player in the country. What are you talking about?
It's okay. So there is a caveat to that. It's interior defensive line for the Bednarik.
The Bednarik is the best defensive player.
It's given to interior defensive line mostly though. They avoid the outside linebacker / defensive end conundrum.
The Bednarik's description is defensive player of the year. There is an award for interior linemen, but they put interior offensive and defensive linemen in the same category for that.
Which is dumb.
Yeah, that is a separate award. Bednarik is strictly best defensive player. Overall, not just lineman, not just linebacker. Best defensive player. You're telling me Jordan Davis is the best defensive player this year? This is a fucking joke. I don't get why we allow these people to vote on these things, because they're idiots. First off, I understand that people are sick of Alabama winning all the awards. I understand me complaining about this is probably showing a little bit of my bias. Jordan Davis is not the best defensive player this year. If you gave it to Aiden Hutchinson, I would probably still complain, but I wouldn't be as pissed about it. Will Anderson is far and away the best defensive player this year. So I do not understand the people who vote for this. Also, a Heisman voter, said, yeah, Kenneth Walker or Aiden Hutchinson should win the award, but it's a Heisman, it's a quarterback award. I voted for Bryce Young first overall, and the reason Will Anderson isn't winning is because, I didn't watch enough of him. So you're telling me you fucking watch Bryce Young, but turn the TV off whenever Alabama's defense was on the field? Are you telling me you only watched highlight tapes to figure out who you're voting for? What the fuck is this? It's these people's job to break down and nominate winners based on how they performed this year. That's their job, because these are media members. These are college coaches. That's their fucking job, to watch college football. You're telling me that when one of the best players in the country was on the field, you go, I don't need to watch this. What are we doing here?
Kev, you honestly understand, though, this isn't just the first year this happened, though.
No, I don't.
No.
Heisman voters are the dumbest voters in sports, except for maybe the MLB Hall of Fame people. Oh no, Babe Ruth could be.
I don't have issue with the MLB Hall of Fame people.
Basketball Hall of Fame, I have issue with.
The whole like Babe Ruth can't be unanimous. So and so can be.
Okay, that was stupid. They've seemingly rectified that. I do have issue with the steroid thing because, look, it was part of the game. Everyone was doing steroids in the 90s.
Also, the MLB made $1 billion off that fucking era. They can suck it and just
the purity of the game. No one gives a fuck.
Their commissioner rigged the fucking baseballs this year. Nobody gives a shit about purity.
Did the MLB care when you had record numbers watching Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa try to break the record? No. These
voters inflated balloon had hit 15 home runs. Are you 50,000 home runs? Are you kidding me?
I'm just confused by the Heisman voters openly saying they don't watch college football.
Well, okay, now you're also talking about the same people. These are the same voters that make up the college football playoff committee too, who are the same people that are like, hey, by the way, we don't care about what actually happens in the results of the game. We just like to talk about imaginary matchups, and we pick off of those too. Because like, what's the point of playing a game if you're not going to rank anybody off the games that have been played? Like, what's the point of that? It's just like you're not rating a player who's been playing in all season versus somebody who's been hurt. Which, by the way, to your point, Kev, looking at the Final Four for the Bednarik, a injured Kyle Hamilton and Jordan Davis, who, as you mentioned, didn't play but half the snaps versus Alabama, which I think is a transitional thing. I don't think it's like normal. Kayvon Thibodeau spent most of the season injured as well. And that was the other one. And then Will Anderson being the fourth finalist for the Bednarik. Of those four, I'm picking one, and it's Will Anderson. But that's coming from an Auburn guy who my choice would be to pick anything but Alabama normally.
Also, hot take, I think Michigan has a very good chance to win against Georgia because Alabama seemingly put out the blueprint for beating Georgia. Run the hurry up. Then Jordan Davis has to come off the field because that man does not have the stamina to play a end-to-end game. He's not going to make it in the NFL. He's big. Great. Every other guy in the NFL is fucking big. I don't get how they can look at his game take and the stats because he just got double and triple teamed a lot because he's a big dude. So they went, oh yeah, he's probably good because he's getting double and triple teamed.
Set a record for interior defensive lineman quarterback areas this year with 9. I mean, that is impressive. For a
is
guy
that a national record or an SEC?
That's an actual national record. Like,
okay,
since they started keeping track of QB hurries.
Then that I will listen to. Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson breaking like the Michigan sack record. I don't give a shit. He didn't get the most sacks in the country. I don't get why we're pointing out school records in some conference records for being this great record when someone else beat it is higher than that already.
Hey, it's the same reason Bailey Zapp's not in any conversation for a Heisman Trophy right now, even though he leads the league in every passing stat. And it's a quarterback award, by the way.
Yeah, it most years it is a quarterback award. It has become that. Running backs will break into it a good bit, but it is predominantly a quarterback award. And then wide receivers don't win it. Defensive players need to have a separate award that is as prestigious as the Heisman. Look, the Bednarik Award is a prestigious award. But when you think about like a specific college football season, you think about two things. Who won the national championship and who won the Heisman. Defensive players get hosed in the Heisman every year.
Preach.
You mean to tell me the best player or the most important player in the country is never a defensive player? No, it's quarterbacks because they have the stats to back it up. And people like offense. It's interesting. I hate college football awards because the finalists are always the most ridiculous things that you can think of.
Yeah. Well, here's an interesting thing about the Bednarik Award. You know how many times a non-defensive lineman has won that award back-to-back since 2010?
I'm going to guess 0.
0. You're exactly right. The last trio to do it, or last non-defensive linemen, were the Patrick Patterson, Tyrann Mathieu, Manti Te'o group, which was 2012 technically. So I guess that's one. But yeah, since 2010, it's been Chase Young, Josh Allen, Zaven Collins, then Minka Fitzpatrick in a separate trio with Jonathan Allen, Tyler Matakevich, Scooby Wright, Aaron Donald. Like it's a defensive lineman award. It's like what they get, just like they're like, here you go, defensive lineman. Here's a big block on a trophy, that we're going to give you for Defensive Player Award. That's really what it turns out to be. It's sad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I know I'm hammering the Will Anderson point home, but these awards are across the board ridiculous.
Agreed.
I understand. I like Devontae Smith. I love Smitty, the Slim Reaper. But I think if he didn't go to Alabama, the rest of the country would be applauding that Heisman winner because he's not a quarterback.
I still think he's a wide receiver.
I'm not complaining about Alabama bias here. I'm just saying, like, that shows how easy it is to predict these awards. They go with quarterbacks for the Heisman and then big name guys. I think Jordan Davis, for some fucking reason, is a bigger name nationally than Will Anderson.
Because Georgia was first overall until the championships week.
Yeah. So he's a bigger name, so he won it. Yeah. And I went on a rant similar to this on Tailgate on the Quad this week. I spent 15 minutes ranting about this. The college, it's the National College Football Awards Association. They need to get rid of all their voters and have actual people vote. So,
by the way, the winner of the Biletnikoff, Pittsburgh, wide receiver.
Fuck you. That's ridiculous. That award is bullshit anyway because they don't have Chris Olave in.
I don't think that kid caught a ball in the first half against Miami. It should have gone to fucking Olave. Are you fucking kidding me?
So the finalists were Jameson Williams, obviously, David Bell from Purdue, the Addison kid from Pitt. Seems to be the three finalists.
He was trash when we played him. He gets the ball in the second half.
That's all you need to know about the award.
Yo, fuck BS. The award people.
I don't listen, just
all
picking
love the
one
Pitt.
game.
They won the ACC, but yo, seriously, that's bullshit.
By the way, where's Jahan Dotson in that conversation?
Tariq Stevens was shutting down the entire first half. He didn't catch a ball.
Right, I don't like pulling one game out and say he doesn't deserve to work because of this one game.
Well, I know, but like Miami secondary wasn't great this year.
This entire award season is a shit show and should invalidate every award. If Bryce Young wins the Heisman, which I think he should, I'm still going to say this was bullshit. I think he would win it regardless of who was in, but the entire awards finalists are ridiculous.
I hate it. I really do.
I think part of the issue is
Walker not getting it actually makes me physically fucking mad.
He shouldn't have gotten in. He
was the most dominant running back in the country. He should have gotten. Even if
the
he
last
finished
3
fourth,
weeks of the season, he was not great.
Even if he finished fourth, he should have gotten it.
First off, they have to have a token defensive player every year, but also he was down last.
No, that's not true. No, hold on. This is the first guy who finished in the top 4 in about 5 or 6 years.
Chase Young finished in the top 4.
Chase Young, yeah. So
before Chase Young, though, Kelsey's got a point though.
Before Chase Young, it was Ndamukong Suh.
No, it was Tyrann Mathieu.
Was
2
it?
Years later.
2009?
No, 2011. Tyrann Mathieu.
Manti Te'o was a finalist in 2012.
Fuck, yeah,
okay, so
right.
Manti Te'o in 2012, but that's still 8 years.
13, 14,
between, or 7 years
15,
between.
16, they had no defensive players. At least in my memory.
And they're starting to go back to the token defensive players. Like they have for the last couple of years. Last year they didn't, but and it's a token thing. If a guy's going to finish fourth, if it's a defense player, it's going to be him.
Well, okay, no, a token thing is getting Navy's quarterback to come into the Heisman Trophy candidacy, and make a big deal out of that one, like they did. What was that? 3 years ago, 4 years ago, with Navy's quarterback. Like he had a fantastic year. Don't get me wrong. But,
the year got cut by the Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was little. That's a token pick. I mean, does Hutchinson at least deserve? Yeah, he was listed as a finalist. Like they made a big deal about him getting to New York and everything.
Was he?
Yeah, it was like.
I sworn he wasn't.
It was a shtick. It was just like a whole thing, man. And it's like there's just stupid things that they do that just to draw,
media attention.
Yeah. Like, hey, we're gonna give the guy from Navy an opportunity this year. Like, no, you're not. We all know he's gonna get one vote. Like, he's gonna get the vote from the one Navy guy that you guys have in your offices. That's who you're getting a vote from.
We also can admit college football is just irritating because like they're talking about now the 12-team playoff. Kevin, I agree with you. The 12-team playoff is fucking stupid. My honest pick was they should have done 6 or 8 at max. I don't want to get this debate started, but like college football as a whole irritates the fuck out of me.
My thing with the expanded playoffs is they try to do things, and I'm not trying to get on my SEC bias here, but they try to do things to make the SEC weaker. The transfer portal thing, that was the goal, to get the SEC weaker. It didn't fucking work. Guys are going to the SEC. The BCS had more issues, but part of that was to like have a game hoping the SEC wouldn't win it. The college football playoff was because Alabama, Auburn were winning a bunch. They won, I think, Auburn was 10, Alabama was 09, Auburn was 10, Alabama was 11, Alabama was 12.
12 and 13 were Alabama, and then 14 was Auburn, the last year of the BCS.
14 was Auburn? No.
Yeah, that was last year of the BCS against Florida State.
Florida State won that game.
Yeah, well, no, as far as playing.
No, I'm saying winning. I'm saying winning.
Oh, yeah, no, then it was stopped in 14.
So,
stopped in 13. But before that, I mean,
Alabama, and I'm talking season, like the 09 season, not year. 09 Alabama, 10 Auburn, 11 Alabama, 12 Alabama. And they're like, oh, we need to weaken the SEC. We're going to expand it to 4 teams. Okay. It didn't work out because the last couple natties were Clemson won a few, but it's mainly been Alabama
and they're getting
LSU.
Demolished. Can we talk about how Clemson's basically imploded over the last 3 weeks?
And it's going to get worse.
Their 80 went to Miami. Their defensive coordinator went to Oklahoma to be the head coach. Dabo's like, where is everybody? Can I have some help? Kevin, we are watching Dabo's demise. Are you excited as I am?
No, because not Alabama. Dabo's a liar. He said if college players start getting paid, he's going to retire. And then when the NIL came out, he didn't retire.
Yeah, piece of shit. No, but I like Miami plays Clemson next year, and I'm really excited to watch Cristobal and the boys take a dookie on Clemson.
Is it going to be good enough?
I think they play next year. It might be the year after.
I don't think they're going to be good enough.
We play Auburn next year, right? Kels, we play each other opening week, right? For the home and home?
I hope not.
We do, I think.
I don't want to cry while I watch Mario Cristobal in Miami.
Bo Nix is coming back, though.
And that's exactly why I'm going to cry.
I don't want his 12th fucking year? He's almost as bad as
I don't want Bo Nix experience anymore.
If only Bo Nix could show as much commitment to his 2 children as he does the Auburn football program.
And we have a Bo Nix joke on the board, boys and girls. That's a perfect way to end the show.
It only took us an hour and a half.
Right? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Corner Booth pregame. Brandon Brooks edition. Shout out to my boy. I hope he heals up quick. Big special shout out to my man, Ryan McCarthy from No Credentials Required. My man, Kelsey from High Low Sports. By the way, Color Cast. They're going live for the Steelers-Vikings game, a.k.a. I almost lost to the Lions Bowl. In about
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Kels, get out of here, man. Get ready. Say what up to DJ for us. We'll talk to you later. All right. Appreciate you coming by.
Later, boys.
Later.
Bye, Kels.
But ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up for us today. Check Kev's new episode out right now. Tailgate in the Quad is available on iTunes, Spotify, and everyone else you get your podcasts. Ryan, you guys made your return as well, right?
Yep. We just hit episode 50.
Nice. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. Check them out also on Spotify and iTunes. And, of course, the new Corner Booth episode is dropped on Tuesday night Wednesday as well. Folks, enjoy your weekend. Have some fun. Watch Army Navy. Go Army. And, yeah, it snowed last night. I'm a happy man. Peace out.
Go Army, beat Navy, baby.
There you go.